This is Eyewitness News with Dick Johnson and Joan Esposito, Alan Kraszewski Weather, and Jim Rose Sports. This is Eyewitness News.
Good evening, everyone. Super Tuesday now just 2 days away. Mondale is hoping, Glenn is desperate. Hart has the momentum, and he's making startling progress here in Illinois. We'll show you our latest Eyewitness News poll in just a moment. But first, live from Atlanta, where all the candidates are tonight, Channel 7's Mike Jackson. Mike?
The big news from Atlanta this evening is the presidential debate earlier tonight. It lasted 60 minutes. It was a time when Mondale was clearly fighting to compete against the momentum that Hart has established here in the state. Mondale attacking Hart all throughout the debate, attacking him on his record. It is a change in Mondale's strategy, a change designed to cut back Hart's momentum.
You refused to vote a windfall profits tax, which, if you had been successful, would have given big oil $250 billion. Secondly,
there you go again, Fitz. It was clear someone had lit a fire under Walter Mondale. The debate turned into a good-natured free-for-all. Walter Mondale attacking Hart's Senate record and his futuristic campaign.
When I hear your new ideas, I'm reminded of that ad. Where's the beef?
It was the kind of approach Mondale's most ardent supporters here in the South had said he must take if he is to stay in the race.
If he loses the South, he's in big trouble. That's what I've been saying for a year and a half now, that the South was the key to it.
All the people of this country are ready for new leadership.
Gary Hart's standard line is a generality, but he's beginning to campaign on some issues as well.
We will clean up the 17,500 toxic waste dumps. We will pass the American Defense Education Act and create the best education and training system in the world.
Jesse Jackson is fighting hard, too, in the South to save his federal matching funds. Alabama is his target. Will you get the 20% you need to keep your matching funds?
I hope I do, but even if I do not, that will not alter the rhythm of our campaign. We've always had a poor campaign, the rich message, and our campaign is on the incline.
You can see the Southern strategies in the candidates and where they're going. Glenn and Jackson to Alabama. Hart is going to Alabama and to Georgia. Mondale to Georgia and to Florida. Added up, there are 3 races and more candidates than that. There are going to be some losers on Super Tuesday. We'll be covering them for you. This is Mike Jackson live for Eyewitness News in Atlanta.
Thank you, Mike. Complicated, but very interesting.
Well, as we mentioned just a moment ago, Senator Gary Hart is storming past the competition in the latest Eyewitness News poll. The poll was taken yesterday here in Illinois. Hugh Hill has the results.
Gary Hart has a solid 10-point lead in Illinois. He's gone to 37%. Walter Mondale has fallen to 27%. And it is a 2-man race in this state. Jackson has gone down to 5, Glenn to 3, and McGovern to 2. Of all Illinois Democratic primary voters, 23% are still undecided. Hart's reversal from the February poll 2 weeks ago is amazing. There was a 47-point swing. Hart went up 31 points, Mondale went down 16. In our studios today, Hart's spokesman was exuberant, but Mondale's man was not at all dejected.
I think that this is really a toss-up kind of race, and that Illinois is a little bit different than some of the other kind of states that we've seen. Indeed, a Chicago ward frequently turns out more voters than all the people who voted in the state of Vermont.
The other story in this March Eyewitness News poll is Jesse Jackson. Jackson's reference to Jews as Jaimes has hurt his campaign terribly. 81% of Democratic voters are aware of the controversy, and of those who are aware, 27% want Reverend Jackson to withdraw from the race. The strange part about this amazing surge of Hart over Mondale is the delegate count. Mondale still has a big lead, and he's going to pick up more on Tuesday, some more in Illinois the following Tuesday, and, of course, in his home state of Minnesota. And it is delegates who nominate the candidate, not momentum. At the Gary Hart headquarters in the Loop, this is Hugh Hill, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And tonight, another poll conducted for an Atlanta television station shows Hart tied with Mondale in Georgia. Dick?
John Glenn may have the most to lose in the South this week. His campaign is on the brink of financial collapse. Here in Illinois, just about all he's got left is a lot of optimism among his full slate of delegates. Plain and simple, he needs a victory. As he heads toward Illinois, John Glenn's campaign is $2 million in debt, and most of his staff is not getting paid. But here at his Loop campaign headquarters today, the mood was still optimistic as local Glen delegates and campaign workers gathered for their regular weekend morale booster. The jazz served as a soothing escape from the uphill climb. The wine, a sedative. The talk, an uplift.
I think that we're going to come out of the South good, and when we do, we'll take Illinois.
What if he doesn't do well in the South and comes in Illinois and does do 3 or 4%? Where's your allegiance going to go after that?
That's hard to say. I don't like to talk about it right now because I'm so positive he's going to do well. If he doesn't, then I'll have to make that decision when the time comes.
Privately, though, just as with George Bush supporters in 1980, there are hopes that at the very least, John Glenn will be seen as an attractive choice for a vice presidential running mate. And one other political note tonight, Senate candidate Paul Simon picked up an endorsement from County Board Chairman George Dunn today. Even though the endorsement was expected, it's contrary to the County Democratic Committee choice. The Central Committee has endorsed Phil Rock. Joe?
In other news, still no school for 29,000 students in Gary tomorrow. Teachers and school district representatives met for half an hour today, but the week-long strike wasn't settled. More talks are scheduled for tomorrow night. Coming up next, a young Chicago area man fights for his life after he gets a new heart. And in international news, another chance for peace in the Mideast.
You've invested a lot in the tools of your trade. You want them to pay off. You want to keep them busy. That's why you also invest in the Yellow Pages, where your ad is on the job every day of the year, so other businesses who need you can find you. With all you've put into your business, your ad belongs in the Yellow Pages. It's the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off.
Progrès Plus from Lancôme, a proven challenge to wrinkles, an achievement of the Lancôme science of skincare. Progrès Plus has the proven capacity to diminish wrinkles. When used daily, it creates a barrier to help offset signs of aging. Progrès Plus from Lancôme, Paris. Its promise comes true.
Progrès Plus, one of 6 Lancôme beauty pleasures in Le Parasol Nouveau collection, just $13.50 with any Lancôme purchase.
Available at all Lord & Taylor stores.
Thompson is the fastest growing vacation company in America because they offer good value vacations year-round, trouble-free as can be because of the famous Thompson rep.
Thompson's on the spot, yeah, Thompson's on the spot to handle any problems or questions you have got. So take a trouble-free vacation on an island in the sun. Take Thompson.
Call your travel agent for our latest free brochure.
Of the 13 top import cars chosen by Motor Trend magazine to compete for the 1984 Import Car of the Year award, for the first time, one manufacturer swept the top 3 places. The Honda Civic S hatchback, the Honda Prelude, and the Motor Trend Import Car of the Year, the Honda Civic CRX. Sometimes your toughest competition is yourself.
See the winners at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers.
Tonight, a 21-year-old Chicago man is in critical condition. He has a heart disease, which is almost always fatal, but today he got another chance. Cora Ann Mahalik has the story.
21-year-old Michael Dowling of Villa Park suffers from cardiomyopathy, a disease of the heart.